Alright YouTube, it's your boy Zxous, and we are here for the first time in literally I think 2 years or a year, almost 2 years. We are going to be building the top 10 tier list, I guess, top 10 characters of Nikke all time right now, I guess, with the live chat, which is right over here. So essentially we've just spent like the last 20 minutes coming up with the characters that we believe are the contenders, or at least in the conversation, for the top 10 greatest characters of Nikke right now. And if you're seeing a character or thinking of a character that's not here, it just means the characters here are better than them. It's as simple as that, because there's a lot of people in here, we've gone through this. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up the list, and I'm going to try to briefly break down of why they go here, of course, with the chat's help. So chat, I want you guys to go ahead and tell me off rip, who do we have? It's kind of hard to start from the bottom to the top, because it's like we don't know who's before them. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my top 10, and then I'm gonna have the chat switch it around to what they believe is the real top 10. Okay, let me do that, and then we'll come back. All right, so chat, I was just gonna build it first, and then I like decided, okay, I'm just gonna build it, and then we're gonna come back to the video and talk about it. But chat, we're already debating already, so we're gonna have this all in the video. So this is what I think. I think Rappy is 1. I think Crown is 2. I think Little Mermaid is 3. I think these 3 are guaranteed 1, 2, and 3. Right? I think this is exactly what it is, right? Good. I think 4, this is where it starts to get hard, chat, because who do we have at 4? I'm gonna tell you guys my contenders for that 4th spot. We have Red Hood, Cinderella, Favorite Item Helm, Scarlet Black Shadow, and Litter. These are the only characters that come to mind that can fill that spot at 4. Chat, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have Helm at 4. I think Helm is better than Cinderella. I think Helm is better than all these characters. Overall, value-wise, Helm is on every team. Keep it a buck. Favorite Item Helm is on every single team, and she's a staple. She's broken the monstrous trio. It's nasty. Literally, Rappy, Crown, Little Mermaid, Helm, they're on every single team. Also, chat, let me know if my mic goes in and out, because on my OBS it shows that my mic is like going up and out, but when I watch these videos back, it kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. It cuts off. So I'm gonna try not to yell, because when I yell, my voice gets cut off. But I have Helm at 4. I think that's Monstrous Trio has to be in top 5. I think that's just it. They're just the best of the best. Any DPS with these 3, you win. Literally. Any content in the game. Any content in the game, you have these 3 with 2 DPSs, you win. That's it. Now 5, I think I have, who do we have at 5, y'all? I think Cindy has to go 5. I know it sounds crazy. I just think Red Hood is falling off. Not like she's not falling off completely, but I feel like we're witnessing Red Hood fall off. Not like she's not bad. I'm not saying Red Hood is like bad or anything. I'm saying I think Red Hood is falling off. Cindy. I have Cinderella at 5. We can agree. Cinderella at 5. I think this is the top 5 right now. I do 100% believe this is the top 5 right now. Didn't Cindy lose to Red Hood twice in the story, but in the game, I'm just being honest with y'all, boys. I'm just being honest with you guys. I think overall, Red Hood is more useful, but I feel like you can use Cinderella anywhere as well. And that's what's kind of making me like debate, who do I have there? Because technically, if I'm going kit by kit, I have Red Hood's kit over Cinderella's kit, right? If we're going, you know, overall usage over overall usage, I probably have Red Hood over Cinderella. In terms of like burst 1, 2, and 3 compared to just a burst 3. But then if we're talking about every content in the game, Cinderella is a first hand pick. She does way too much damage, and because she does way too much damage, it almost feels like you don't need a support with her. You kind of get what I'm saying? So I don't know, because I feel like Red Hood, you're still getting value out of Red Hood. I feel like you're still getting damage out of Red Hood. I feel like you're getting great support out of Red Hood in terms of the fact that she can be used as a burst 1, 2, or 3. But you gotta remember, you're not using Red Hood's burst 1, 2, and 3 every burst rotation. Actually, a lot of people nowadays are not even using Red Hood's burst 1 anymore because Rappy exists. So it's like, really, it's just Red Hood's burst 3 versus Cinderella's burst 3. That's the real truth. You're using Red Hood as a burst 3. You're not using it as a burst 1 nowadays, right? And if we're considering burst 3 Red Hood to burst 3 Cinderella, I think Cinderella's over that easily. I think Scarlet Black Shadow's over that easily. I don't even think Red Hood comes after Cinderella. I don't know. But where does Litter go? I know Little Mermaid's in the game now, but Litter can't go down that much because Little Mermaid is in the game. You know what I mean? Overall, you got, oh, it's so hard. It's actually hard. Chat, who do we have at 6? Spam, who do we have at 6? We have, I feel like we either have, who do we have at 6? We have Scarlet Black Shadow, Red Hood, or Litter. These are the only right options. Nobody else is better than these 3 on this list. Not a single character is better than these characters on the list. Okay, we might need to pull up a poll. Please let me know if I lied yet, chat. The only reason why Red Hood was ever in the conversation for one of the best characters was because she was a burst 1, 2, and 3 character. If Red Hood was a burst 3 solo character, she wouldn't even be in the top 10 today, I feel like. That's like literally compared to the burst 3 characters we have now, compared to all the characters we have now, I don't, she would probably be in the top 10. That's a reach. She would probably be in the top 10, that's a reach. But she's not in the top 5. She barely be passing 7. Keep it up, Buck. Be real with yourself, bro. But anyways, it says Scarlet Black Shadow 1. Like, Scarlet Black Shadow is what we have at 6. And then obviously we have Red Hood at 7 and Litter at 8. This is diabolical! Bro! Is there that many characters? If Litter is at 8? I remember, bro, let's compare this to my list 2 years ago almost. Let's take a look. I was in England when I made this list. This was by myself. This is not even with the chat. Bro, I have Red Hood at 1. I have Rappy at 1. Crown at 2. Little Mermaid at 3. And then I had Red Hood at 4. I had Red Hood at 4. But then you have Cindy, Scarlet, Litter. I replaced Helm and Red Hood. That's all I did. That's all we did today. We just replaced where Red Hood is and where Helm is. Realistically, wait, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Okay, then 4 is where she is now. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. And I don't think that's a crazy take. I don't feel like it's crazy to say Helm is better than Litter now. I don't think that's crazy at all. I don't even know, chat. Okay, wait, okay, now let's take a look at the last one we did together. Like, before all these characters. Chat, we're oh my god. Bro, Nikke has really changed, bro. Litter at 8? Chat, what are we talking about? Litter at 8 is crazy. I mean, I'm not saying like she should go higher. I'm just saying we're in an age where it's like Litter is at 8. That's what I feel like. I feel like we're in a, I think I'm not saying, like, when I say Litter at 8 is crazy, I'm not saying Litter, it needs to go higher. I'm just saying I think it's crazy that we're at a point in Nikke where Litter is 8. Litter always used to be in the top 3, and all it took was her to get replaced by one single character for her to go down so much. And that's the difference of like this game compared to other characters, you know, or other games, I mean, because Litter was number 3 because she was the best burst 1, and you need to have a burst 1 on your team, right? Little Mermaid came into the game, Rappy came into the game, and you can use any of these 2 as a burst 1, and both of them are better than Litter. And because of that, Litter is not even a first hand pick. She's not even a second hand pick anymore. People still use her in solo raid when you need multiple teams, but she's not a first hand pick. And because of that, she's like falling off so much. And I'm not saying that like a bad thing. I'm saying when I say falling off, I just mean she's no longer at the top like she used to be. But anyways, now this is that. If this is our 8, Scarlet, Summer, Anise, Mast and Anchor are a duo. Grave, I don't think the D-Killer Wife, Alice, oh my Naga. Who is our 9 and 10? I don't know, chat. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not even gonna show you guys what I'm about to do. Let me know if this is a bad take or not. Honestly, let me know if this is a crazy take or not. Okay? Genuinely, let me know if what I'm about to do is crazy. Ready? Okay, look. Is that crazy? Is that crazy? I don't know. Is that crazy to say? I have Mast and Anchor over Scarlet any day of the week. I have Mast and Anchor over Summer and Niece any day of the week. I don't even think, I've never really thought Alice was a top 10 character. I was only like, she's good if you fully invest into her, sure. She's like used everywhere. I don't know. Do I have these two over all these characters? I don't know. I think I have them over them. Name one character that is in that list below that's better than Mast and Anchor. You can't tell me Scarlet because she's only good now because of Trina. That's crazy to say. Scarlet's only good nowadays because of Trina. Helm is still a fantastic character. I would fight for Helm to be in top 10, and I think she could be in the top 10, 100%. I think, or not Helm, Anise. I think Anise, my bad, not Helm. Anise. I think Summer Anise is still in that conversation for top 10. I think Grave is in that conversation for top 10. I think D-Killer Wife is in that conversation for top 10. But I cannot sit here with a straight face. Mast and Anchor are the next best thing you can have to crown. Genuinely. And that might change when this new Emma comes out. Maybe. But Mast and Anchor are easily the greatest thing you can have on your account after crown. Easily. D-Killer Wife over Mast and Anchor? I don't think so. I cannot have Naga over these characters. I will never have Naga over Mast and Anchor. That's crazy to me. I don't know, chat. What are we doing? What are we saying? I don't know. We need to do another poll. All right, YouTube. So after another 20 minutes of fully arguing, fully debating from everybody in the chat, literally, we have broken it down. We've literally done a tournament on who is even in the conversation, and the chat has come to an agreement that Summer Anise is number 9. Which really goes to show that Nikke is a new game, because Scarlet is no longer a top 10 character, which we already knew. Freaking Alice might not be a top 10 character. Modernia, a year ago, chat, Modernia, I guess almost 2 years ago, Modernia was a top 10 character. A year ago, Modernia was a top 10 character. Right? You gotta remember, the game changed when they dropped Crown. Because after Crown, we had freaking Cinderella. After Cinderella, we had Grave. After Grave, we had Rappy. After Rappy, we had freaking Little Mermaid. And favorite item, Helm. Since Crown dropped, it's been crazy. Modernia is still great. Don't get me wrong, but chat, now we need to debate on number 10, and I feel like it should go to Mast and Anchor, but we're gonna do the poll. Let me do the poll, chat. We'll do the poll for this one. Let me address this, chat, because I understand what y'all are saying. I get exactly what you guys are saying about the dual thing, but don't do that. When Blanc came out, everybody, including you guys' God Pride win, had Blanc at triple S tier. Blanc cannot work unless she has another character from her squad on her team. So how are you guys going to sit there and say Blanc is a triple S character? Or how did you guys ever in your life say Blanc was a triple S character if we're never allowed to rank them in duos? Don't do that. Just keep it a G. Don't do that. Everybody and their mother, every single player and their mother said Blanc was a top 5 character in 2023. Heck, even at the start of 2024, before Crown came out, everybody had it Blanc in their top 10. Every website had Blanc at their let's go to the Japanese website, bro. I can't even make this up. How is Blanc a double S character if we're not going off duos? How is Blanc a double S character if we're not going off of duos? Make it make sense. The Japanese people, the people that everyone say they know everything in the game, they're the sweats, they're the people, the people. How are they putting her in double S if we aren't ranking them in duos? Chat, when you give me an answer that brings Jesus back, then you can complain to me about Mast and Anchor being put as a duo. I'ma keep it. You guys never want to play fair, but let's keep it a buck. Where's Pridewin? Why does Pridewin have double? Why? Why does Pridewin have Blanc at double S? Double S is under triple S. Triple S is the highest tier. For these two websites, triple S is the highest tier. Why does your god Pridewin have Blanc in double S if they were not considering how she is with Noir or Rouge? Why does the Japanese people have her in double S if they were not considering her with Noir or Rouge? If you guys don't know, Blanc is a 60-second cooldown burst 2 character, but the only way she is not that is if you have her with somebody from her squad. That is the exact same thing for Mast and Anchor. Come on. I'm not doing this nonsense with you guys. I will cook up. And when you guys can go ahead and tell me that your god Pridewin and your god Japanese players are incorrect, then you could tell me I'm incorrect. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. If we were ranking Blanc as a solo character, meaning you can use her on the team with anybody you want, Blanc wouldn't even be an A tier character. Brother, she's on a she's on a 60-second cooldown. Chat. This tier list is of the chat, Zxous, not yours. Yeah, but everybody ranked Mast and Anchor. Like, I just did a poll. 41% of the poll has Mast and Anchor. Like, they won. And then the moment I put them in here, I seen about 8 comments talking about, like, the spam. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't put a duo versus everybody else who's a solo. Don't do that. Go ahead and tell the Japanese player to remove her. Tell Pridewin to remove them from double S. When you guys can get them to do that, then we will not do this anymore. But we're gonna keep it a buck. I'm not gonna do this with y'all. I'm not gonna do this with y'all. I'm not gonna do it with y'all. Y'all not gonna do this nonsense with me. You crazy. Blanc is a double S tier character, but she's only good if you have another character. Chat. I can use Mast or Anchor without them. I could use Mast and Anchor without them being together. I physically cannot use Blanc unless I have her with a specific character, which is either Noir or Rouge. If I own Blanc on my account and I don't own Noir and Rouge, what am I supposed to tell you? Oh yeah, that's a double S character. Go ahead and use her as a burst too. Yeah, go ahead and use her. You don't have Blanc, you don't have Noir. You don't have Rouge, you don't have Noir. Go ahead and use her. Go use her. That's a double S character. Come on, man. We ain't doing this in big 2025, this foolery. This is the definitive Chat, Zxous chat will say, because people will look at this and be like, what the F? But I feel like it's just facts. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Let's take a look. The Japanese people have Little Mermaid, Crown, Rappy, Cinderella, Scarlet Black Shadow, and Red Hood in their triple S tier, right? Those 6 characters are here. I mean, Helm is number 4 for us. So they have Helm at double S, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Red Hood is, like, I feel like Helm is easily better than Red Hood. I think we can all agree to that, bro. Keep it a buck. Keep it a G. Keep it a G. Keep it a G. Look, Red Helm Treasure is, if we're going off Pride Win, for example, the average, if we were to put all these rankings together and give them a solid average, Helm would be higher than Red Hood, bro, on both of her tiers. Literally. If Red Hood was in a verse 1, 2, or 3 character, she would never in her life. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. If Red Hood wasn't a burst 1, 2, and 3 character, she would never have been in the conversation for top 5. Keep my buck. But this right here is what we have all collectively, right? Because we've just been here for like an hour. Or we're about to end stream. We've been here for too long. Obviously, this video is not an hour long, but we have come to a collective agreement that this is the top 10 characters of Nikke. I know that one person is gonna be watching this thinking, oh my god, what the hell is this? But we're not gonna do it. I think we cooked. I think this is right. I think this is beautiful. The only thing here that you could argue with me about is probably Helm and Cindy's. Those are the only 2 people I would allow you to switch. But then again, I can't, because Helm is that broken. Helm fits on any content and every team without even trying. And not only does she fit on all these teams, she's like one of the best characters on the team. I think 10 is the only thing that people might like not agree with. 10 is the only thing where it's like, okay, no, Alice goes here. No, Dorothy goes there. No, Grave goes there. No, D-Killer Wife goes there. But chat, this is a poll. This is a poll. You guys are the ones who decided this. And the people who didn't decide the winners, they're the only people who are going to be mad. Come on now. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. But that's going to be our top 10, y'all. Rappy won. She's just the best in the game. It's as clear as day. Nobody's going to pass her for a long time. Besides maybe the 3rd anniversary character. Like, I hope you guys realize, chat, in literally 2 months, October, when October hits, October and the start of January, when October/November hits, when January hits next month, we're probably not even going to see Litter in the top 10 anymore. We're not going to see Summerniece in the top 10 anymore. We're not going to see Red Hood probably in the top 10. She might come off, because we know we're getting 2 burst 2 pilgrims, or we're getting 2 broken pilgrims this anniversary. They're probably going to fill up these spots. I'm going to keep it a buck. 3rd anniversary, that character is probably going to be on the top 10. The 2nd character of the 3rd anniversary is probably going to be in the top 10. Probably. I don't know. New Year's character is guaranteed going to be in the top 10. They've yet to fail with New Year's. They've yet to fail with a New Year's character. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm going to come back to this list in 2026. And I want you guys to tell me what went wrong. And you guys will notice it's just anniversary characters, bro. I'm telling y'all. Mask plus Crown over Mask with Anchor? Sure. Crown with Mask, any character plus Crown equals any character with, like, come on. Crown is there. What are you talking about? It's the same thing that happened with Naga and Tia. I can guarantee you, if Blanc worked how she worked, somehow she would have made it to be Crown and Blanc over Blanc and Noir. Somehow, if she was able to work with any character in the game, bro. Keep it a G. Alice is the top 10. I feel like that's the only character you could fight for. I feel like Alice is the only character that could be fought to be in the top 10. I don't think D-Killer Wife could fight with any of these characters to be in top 10. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Besides her cooldown reduction, like, her Pierce is cool and all, but like, if D-Killer Wife didn't have her cooldown reduction, she wouldn't be in the top 10. Keep it a buck. Stop lying to yourself. Keep it 100% G. Let's have a chat about it. Before we end off this video, let's have a chat about it. If the Killer Wife didn't have that ridiculous 7-second cooldown reduction, she wouldn't be in the conversation. Wrong or right? Chat, have I lied? If Red Hood wasn't a burst 1, 2, and 3 character, she probably would be like competing to be in the top 10. Chat, have I lied? No. Because if Red Hood was a burst 3 character, Alice is better than her burst 3, Ayn is better than her burst 3. I will even take it a step further to say freaking, I'm not gonna say Dorothy's better than her burst 3. Like, don't get me wrong, Red Hood still has her permanent pierce thing. She's godlike. Her pierce is godlike. But a lot of these characters are only here because of that one thing that puts them there. Little Mermaid, it doesn't have one thing that puts her in the top 3. Rappy doesn't have one thing that puts her in the top 3. Crown doesn't have one thing that puts her in the top 3. Helm doesn't have one thing that puts her in the top 3. Yeah? Am I wrong? Am I right? Scarlet Black Shadow and Cinderella, they technically only have one thing that put them in the top 10, which is their damage. But if we don't have the damage in the game, we're not winning. These are the Cinderella and Scarlet Black Shadow and Rappy are the strongest DPSs in the game. You need DPS to beat the game. So they have to be in the top 10 by force. You cannot win this entire game with full supports and no DPS. You need to have DPS in the game. So there's that. Red Hood is in the top 10, I feel like, because of her burst 1, 2, and 3 mechanic. Her burst 3 nowadays, compared with all the characters we have in the game, is not going to compete, bro. Because Alice is also a character who has permanent pierce. And we're all still here debating on if she's in the top 10 or not. Summer Anise. Summer Anise does not have one thing that puts her in the top 10. Litter does not have one thing that puts her in the top 10. Red Hood is technically in this list right here, right? In this list right here, besides our damage dealers, obviously, because they're DPSs, Red Hood is the only character on this list that has one thing that's putting her on the list, and it's the simple fact that she's burst 1, 2, and 3. Take that from her, take her burst 1 and 2 from her, she's not on the list probably. Probably. Have I lied? No. Litter has her cover rebuild and her freaking cooldown reduction and her crazy attack buff. That's multiple things that put her in the top 10. Summer Anise has her crazy support mechanics to the electric characters and her crazy DPS as a supporting character. That's multiple reasons why she's in the top 10. Helm has her freaking not cooldown reduction, her frail burst gauge, her insane damage, and her insane healing. And her crit rate buff. That's what multiple reasons why she's in the top 10. Little Mermaid has her freaking cooldown reduction, her full burst gauge sharing, her focus fire, her damage, her buffs. These are multiple things. Her debuff, the freaking damage taken on a boss. These are multiple things that put her in the top 10. Crown has her shields, her crazy buffs, her reload speed buff, her attack buff, her defensive buff, her freaking taunt and invulnerability. Multiple things that put her in the top 10. Rappy has her burst 1, where she's supporting as a crazy burst 1 with her insane attack damage supports and stuff like that. Her insane DPS, the fact that you can use her as a burst 1 and a burst 3, or a burst 3, I mean, not and, or a burst 3. You can use her as a burst 1 or a burst 3. Multiple reasons why she's in the top 10. Right? Cinderella and Scarlet, like I said, their only thing is DPS. But you need DPS to win the game, and they're the strongest DPSs in the game. That's the only reason why they're in the top 10. Red Hood is only in the top 10 because of burst 1, 2, and 3. Y'all cannot expect a year 1 anniversary character to still be the best character in the game when we're about to be at 3 years. You can't. That's 2 whole years of sets of new characters and pilgrims that we've gotten. You cannot expect Red Hood to be in the top 10 forever. Genuinely, you can't. That's what I hope you guys learned in today's video. Time is moving. You can't expect a character that's your favorite to be in the top 10 for the rest of their life. The only one I would say have hopes for in terms of that is Rappy and Crown and Little Mermaid. That's it, and Helm. That's it. Because in 2 years from now, Cinderella's not going to be the strongest DPS in the game. In 2 years from now, Scarlet Black Shadow's not going to be one of the strongest DPSs in the game. Because in 2 years from now, we're going to get a boatload of new characters that surpass them in their jobs. It's the exact same what happened with Litter. Litter just before in January, no, let's say December 2024, which was a few months ago, Zxous was the best burst one in the game. Zxous was a top 5 character in the game. And that's because she was the best burst one, and you are forced to bring a burst one into this game. Then they drop Rappy, who could go into burst 1. Then they drop Little Mermaid. Now she's sitting there at 8. Litter has been in the game since 2022, y'all. Stop expecting these characters to stay in the top 10 for the entirety of their life, because Nikke is gonna be here for years, and these characters aren't. It's gonna be. I'm gonna be there when she gets her favorite item. When Red Hood gets her favorite item, I'm gonna be there. Trust me. I'm telling you, bro. It's your boy Zxous. This is the final top 10 list. I hope I open you guys' eyes in some way, shape, or form in this video, because I know so much people are gonna have so much things to say about so many different things, but don't actually consider the truth behind it. And I'm not like one of those guys who have like a god complex and everything I say is right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you can't, like, I've yet to lie, chat. I've yet to lie. Not a single person has said, no, you're wrong to me in this chat. There's over 100 of you guys in here. Not a single person said you were wrong about this take. Chat, I have no reason to lie. I'm not hating on nothing. It's your boy Zxous. Subscribe and like if you found this video helpful, entertaining, or anything like that. I gave you guys multiple reasons, all that stuff. I backed it up in some way, shape, or form. And this is not even my tier list. It's you guys' tier list for the people who's here on the live stream. So anyways, be proud of what you guys created. It's your boy Zxous. I'm out.